Hey John, happy 70th, buddy. You're such a special person. I feel very, very grateful that you are my buddy and my friend, and we get to talk regularly throughout the years and catch up with each other's exploits and efforts to try to educate the planet about brainwashing and mind control and all these interesting topics. So sending you lots of love. Think you're fantastic. You have 10 PhDs in my mind. You're one of the brightest, most well-read, educated people I know. And I'm grateful for you to be my friend. So happy birthday. Oh, and for those who don't know, John and I go back to, I think, 1989. And I asked John to edit the updated edition to Combating Cult Mind Control, adding Scientology. And John and I have done a number of academic chapters and articles together. So kudos, John. Happy birthday, buddy. Bye.
It makes me so happy to know there are people who want to commemorate this occasion for John. If I didn't have reasons for wanting to stay anonymous at the moment, I would comb my messy hair, turn on the lights, and make the most gushing fanboy video possible for him. I know that John's broad body of work, along with his awesome collaborators and editors, has helped me no end. I would have given up long ago without his insight and conversations with many who have so much important wisdom to share. I was talking to someone this week about the time I took hold of a personally signed John Atack book at an event in 2023. I spent some time with John then, and it was the highlight of the weekend to meet him. He was so kind with his time and patience, and I ensure to pay that forward to others who are wearing the new shoes of uncertainty when finding themselves at the rough end of attention from these groups. From an Anonymous.
Hello, John. It is so nice to be able to speak with you on your birthday. And it is an honor to be included in your festivities. I am so pleased to have been able to get to know you over these years and to be able to speak with you on the podcast and in person and be able to confer. I find you to be so interesting, so enigmatic. You are unassumingly fierce, and you are a humble Renaissance man. You also are someone who I always learn from, not only the history, what has led up to sometimes cultic groups being the way they are, sometimes political movements being the way they are, understanding also our recent unfortunate history with Nazism and groupthink and the othering of so many people and the dividing and conquering that we just see repeating itself. It is such an important thing to have a sense of history so that we understand our present more and maybe even can have a sense of what future might look like. I do hope that your future is something that brings you so much joy, and all of your next birthdays bring you happiness and a sense of your life being a really, really, really good one. I think of a quote by Viktor Frankl, actually, when I think of you, that it isn't really, and I'm paraphrasing, as important to think about what life is going to be giving you, but instead what you're going to be giving to your life, what you're going to be giving to the world, what your life is going to mean, and how you're going to contribute. And so that is so much a part of who you are. And another thing that I've learned from talking to you is not only the facts and the figures and the history, but also how to not be changed by harassment, how to not be changed by anger directed at you, how to still be a person who finds joy, who finds calm, who finds a way to have humor and also exhibit their natural kindness, no matter what. Holding true to yourself. It's a wonderful lesson. Happy birthday. Many, many more.
Well, happy birthday, John. I wish I was there to celebrate it with you and Pamela and the family and all of that, but just wanted to take the time to wish you all the best. And I still believe the best is yet to come. 70 is quite a milestone. I'm not too far behind you, but looking forward to what's coming down the road. It's been such a pleasure and a joy to get to know you so much better over these last few years. And I love you, brother, and I look forward to seeing you sometime soon. So enjoy this special day, and I'll talk to you soon.
When I began my research into Scientology in the late 1980s, I only encountered the legacy of two prior researchers who had blazed the path before me, Roy Wallace in the early 1970s and John Atack in the mid-1980s. John already had interviewed major sources whom I rediscovered, and these people were deep within an underground network of former members, most of whom were off the radar because they feared retaliation. John's status, however, as a former member, gave him credibility within that network, and these people provided him with information that he incorporated into his groundbreaking 1990 book, A Piece of Blue Sky, Scientology, Dianetics, and L. Ron Hubbard Exposed. Aside from the heretofore unknown information that John provided, he and his book helped former members overcome their hesitancies about speaking out. After all, John himself had gone public, and in doing so, had garnered important credibility within both the media and the previously uninformed public. Partly because of his own public posture, John helped to slowly open the floodgates that had constrained apostates from speaking. He has had many of these former members on his podcast, and he has assisted people coming out of other groups to begin to see the patterns of abuse that cults have in common. His articulate public posture helped put to rest the harmful and ridiculous position that many cults and their academic supporters were arguing throughout the 1990s, that former members could not be reliable information sources. After all, no reputable study on Scientology could ignore what he had uncovered and revealed about the group, and he was a former member. John, therefore, has played a pivotal role in Scientology's slow but steady decline. We all celebrate his life contributions thus far, and we are excited to see and hear what's coming next. Watch out, cults, 'cause John's figured you out, and he's not remaining silent. Happy birthday, Steve Kent. Hi, John. Happy birthday. You know, over the past decade, we've joked about me being Sancho Panza to your Don Quixote, but I'd argue that that's not quite right, because I'd say I'm more the Watson to your Holmes, because while Don Quixote roamed around the countryside and got into lots of trouble, but generally didn't do anything too amazing, like Sherlock Holmes, you have the respect and admiration of all our community. You are the go-to guy for so many experts, and so many survivors owe their sanity to you. You have done so much, and as I've been putting all of these clips together, I'm amazed by the groundswell of support and love from all around the world, literally. You are the man, John, and thank you for all you are and all you do. I'll let everybody else say it much better than I can. But congratulations on a life well worth celebrating, and here's to at least another decade more. Happy birthday.
I am here to wish you a happy, heartfelt, happy birthday. Knowing about you and what you've been through, I want to say that you are resilient. You were out there speaking your truth. Oh, when you were kind of a lone wolf, there wasn't hundreds of people speaking out, and you took a lot of fair game and you lived through it. You wrote your books. You have almost 1.5 million views on your YouTube channel. You have a voice that has helped tons of people over the years, not to mention the personal interventions that you did. So, John, you are, in one word, inspirational. And I'm happy to be your friend. I just loved visiting with you in England for your wedding. That was a memorable visit for me. So I send you a digital hug and wish you a happy birthday. May you live many more years, John. You've a lot of wisdom to impart and a lot of truth to put out there like you've been doing for the last 20, 30 years. Happy birthday, John. Long live John Atack. Love to you. Bye-bye.
To my dear friend John, first of all, happy 70th birthday. Well worth celebrating your life and also the impact you have had and have on so many lives, including mine. Thank you for your hard work and being such an inspiration. Since the time we met, you are also an inspiration to me, not only because of your warm personality, but also because of your bulldog mentality to keep on fighting for opening minds to the dangers of harmful control and, most of all, safeguarding young, vulnerable minds. You are an example to us all in continuously finding the motivation, energy, and focus to row against the tide. I wish you many more strong years ahead of you. With love, Francis Peters.
John, happy birthday. It's Steve and Tony. We just had lunch in New York together, and we're wishing you a very happy birthday. Tony, you want to say something?
Well, you know, I've been scanning left and right, Steve, and I have not spotted Osa following us. But I'm
What about
sure
that guy who just walked past?
That guy that just walked by looked pretty suspicious. You know, I've had to deal with a few intrusions from the Church of Scientology. I know you have too. But nothing like John Atack. Oh my goodness. I can't believe he's made it to 70. I can't believe the Church of Scientology let that happen. How did Osa let that happen?
Great point, Tony. John, I just wanted to thank you too. Like, you were such a help to me when I came and met you in the UK back, I think it was in 2012. Helped me, you know, really think about what I wanted to write about with my book. You fact-checked my book. Your memory and intellect is a fierce combination, and you were so helpful to me, and I really appreciate it. But I also just really appreciate your courage in taking them on at a time when it was really, really hard to take them on. Don't you agree, Tony?
Well, absolutely. You know, when I started writing about Scientology, and I ended up at the Village Voice, 2007, 2008, I started writing about Scientology again, and you know, John's book, A Piece of Blue Sky, was the first book I ever read about Scientology, and I kind of wondered, you know, as I was starting to blog a little more regularly, 2010, 2011, I remember thinking, where is John today? Why aren't we hearing from him? And I reached out to him, and then to my surprise, I was so happy John Atack started writing for the Underground Bunker and submitting things for me. And he kind of got back into the game, and I'm just really, really glad that I might have had some little part of that, because I just, you know, the guy is, he's a towering, you know, he's just like incredible inspiration for all of us who have tried to understand this organization. John Atack, he's the best.
You are a legend, John. Have a great day. Greetings from New York.
I grow old, I grow old. I shall wear the bottoms of my trousers rolled. Shall I part my hair behind? Do I dare to eat a peach? I shall wear white flannel trousers and walk upon the beach. I have heard the mermaids singing, each to each. I do not think that they will sing to me. I have seen them riding seaward on the waves, combing the white hair of the waves blown back when the wind blows the water white and black. We have lingered in the chambers of the sea, by sea-girls wreathed with seaweed red and brown, till human voices wake us, and we drown. John, I am so delighted you have found your mermaid with whom to celebrate this transition into your septuagenarian years. Lots of love, my friend.
Happy 70th birthday, John. 30 years ago, as a recent escapee from the cult, I read your history of Scientology. It had a profound impact on me. So I wrote to you, thankful for your clarity, strength, and guidance, and we became friends. You helped me to recover from the trauma of my cult experience as I reclaimed my sense of self. Over these 3 decades, you have always been there for me, a constant in a sea of change, and I've loved our conversations. You have been a source of wisdom and understanding, and I appreciate you being in my life more than words can express. Have a lovely 70th birthday, and here's to another 3 decades of friendship. Lots of love, always. Edwin.
Hey, John, we want to wish you a happy birthday. 70 is a good year. And we want to thank you for all that you've done for our field and all that you've done to help us grow in the work that we do. John, thanks for all the research and one of the pioneers in the area of knowledge about the destructive groups and recovery from those groups. You dove in and you are a hero in our eyes. Thanks so much and have a beautiful and happy 70th birthday. Many more. Bye.
John Atack is a remarkable individual who has put his experience into courageous and compassionate work. His contributions are first rate. Dr. Bandy X. Lee.
I see the bad moon rising. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go round tonight. Well, it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. Happy birthday, John. Whenever there's a bad moon rising, you don't hide, you don't run away. You're right there to help people. And there's trouble on the way. There's earthquakes and lightning, and you've just helped so many people. And it's an honor and a special thing to be your friend. So wishing you a very happy birthday, and hats off to John Atack.
Hello, John. I just wanted to wish you a really happy 70th birthday and say congratulations on finally entering the realm of middle age. Hope you have a great time. So lots of love from me and cheers.
John Atack, what can I say? First of all, welcome to the 70 Club. I'm already in it. I've been in it since December. But like, it's a milestone. There's no question about it. Definitely not. Anyway, let's talk about John, because this is your special occasion. I owe John almost everything because of John's work in his book, Piece of Blue Sky, and also the work he did in Russell Miller's book, Barefaced Messiah. That's what helped me to wake up from the sleep that I was in and that I've been put into by Scientology and its writings. And it's thanks to John's work that I was able to wake up, face my fears, because I mean there's a lot of fear in the whole thing, and people like John really help to give you the confidence to override your fears, overcome your fears. So thank you, John, for that. I will be forever grateful. As time went on and I got to meet John and appreciate the man himself, it just got better, really. I mean, the guy is an absolute legend. Sorry I couldn't make your wedding, but you know, I just couldn't. I wasn't great at the time. In recent years, when I got involved with a court case, John was a massive help there with his advice, with his advices and so on. And John actually pointed out that it was a milestone what we did. I was, first of all, 3 court cases I was involved in, and I actually won 2.5 of those. Again, thanks to a lot of John's help. So, you know, without John, life would have been very, very different. And all I can say to you is, wish you were here, because this is a great place to be. And yes, I have just been for my morning swim. And you know what? I'll try and get to see you as soon as I can. Okay, love to you, John. Happy 70th. See you now. Bye.
What a privilege to know you, John Atack. I cannot think of a person who embodies more stellar qualities than you. Compassion, gentleness, creativity, honesty, persistence, intelligence, wisdom, crazy scope of knowledge across so many fields, love of family, sensitivity, etc., etc. And look what you have accomplished with your life. Such an impressive body of work, and your unrelenting exposure of Scientology takes a backseat to no one. Take care of your dear self, and have a wonderful 70th birthday. Bonnie ZIEMAN.
Hi, John. This is a birthday message for you. Wishing you a very happy 70th birthday. Although I just met you and that was in a virtual setting, I feel as if I've known you longer. You were so gracious and allowed me to tell my story on your YouTube channel while also educating me and informing me about the history of Scientology. Please continue your tireless efforts to speak out about this abusive cult and to make sure that others never join and never participate in it. Wishing you joy and love on your birthday and always, and for many years to come. Thank you, John.
Who is John Atack? Aside from being one of the smartest people I have ever met, who has contributed more to the world's understanding of cults and coercive persuasion than almost anyone else, John is a friend of mine. John is somebody who took me under his wing and became a mentor. He is somebody who will passionately support and defend those that he considers friends, whilst not being afraid of going toe-to-toe with those that he doesn't. John has spent most of his life educating, and reaching a milestone like a 70th birthday will not slow him down. I am honoured and privileged and thankful and lucky to be considered a friend of John's. his wife Pam, and those that I have met through him. And I just wanted to say happy 70th birthday, and here's to many more. Cheers!
Happy birthday to my dear friend, John Atack, the newly wrought septuagenarian in the UK from Joe ZIEMAN in Pennsylvania in the USA. Good day, John.
Hey John, Anne here. Okay, we just got off from recording our third conversation, which I cannot tell you how much I appreciate and thoroughly enjoy. So wanted to send you an extra special happy birthday message. I am so grateful for the time we've spent together, but most of all to have a buddy to play with, to explore with, to learn with, to think with. Quite honestly, it was the thing that drew me the most into the various projects with Warner and Landmark anyway, so it's really fun to be on the outside of all that and play with fellow outsiders, non-joiners who are ready to take what we've learned from being inside these organizations and put it to work for the greater good and in service and in the name of kindness. All things that I've learned a bunch more about from you and really appreciate it. So happy birthday, and I look forward to many more years of learning, teaching, educating, growing, and developing in the healthy and fun ways. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Happy birthday, dear chap. And I want to say that meeting you was a very, very important day in my life, and you're a great example for me. I cherish our relationship. You're a wonderful person, and I wish you light and joy and happiness and many, many years. If you remember, in Russia, we always sing, God grant you many years. It's very difficult to say in a short message how much you mean for me and how you inspired me to fight for freedom and dignity against the cults. And this fight is impossible without empathy and love. You are not only a man of honor, but also a very loving person. This is also a lesson I learned from you. Happy birthday, dear friend, and we shall meet again, as I hope with all my heart. Alexander Dvorkin.
Hi, John. It's a delight to be part of the surprise for you. I hope it is a surprise that you're getting all these notices about your, is it 70 or 80? I forget. No, I know it's 70 because I'm 1 year older than you. Anyway, in case you don't remember me, my name is Jim Beverley. I visited you once at your home in England, and also I co-ran that incredible video conference on that group that you've studied. Anyway, I'm glad to wish you a happy 70th, John. I'm glad that your wife and Spike arranged this secret plot. I hope it works. There's nothing quite like surprises. I love surprises because your brain sort of doesn't know what to do. It doesn't fit into your brain narrative. And then all of a sudden. So you thought it was going to be a normal day, and then all these people wishing you well. I love you, John. I'm grateful to God that our lives have connected. I'm grateful that I got to visit you in your home and also do that conference together. So now that you got this message, let me say that I want to talk more regularly with you. I'm doing fine health-wise, and my family are okay. And let's see, my main task these days academically is I'm doing a book on Elon Musk, a study of his moral and political and ethical positions. Well, I'd love to hear from you, so after you see this video, send me a note, an email, or give me a call. I love you.
The Attack of John Atack. Shakespeare and others have asked, what's in a name? Most of us know what goes into a name, potentially a lot. Your own name can have much meaning for you. My last name, MOFFIC, given to me by my paternal grandfather at Ellis Island, and the only such name in the world apparently, must rub off some on my desire to be unique in carrying out the name. Hillard is actually my first name, and though not so loved as a child, helped lead to my related name of Hillel, that of the great Jewish scholar at the turn of the Common Era, Hillel. Among other things, he is famous for this quote: "If I am not for myself, who will be? If I am only for myself, what am I? If not now, when?" Well, John Atack, or Attack, fulfills this quote admirably, and with attack, if you allow me to add another T to his last name. John has attacked the enemies of cultish thinking and cults that inhibit our freedom of mind, not any easily defeated foe, including in our government in the United States. He has also attacked anti-psychiatry as exemplified by his bi-monthly dozen or so interviews of me over these last couple of years, as well as his contributions to my series of edited books on the various religions and psychiatry, always on the lookout for cultish and seemingly lovingly attraction for those in need. But, equally important, he attacks in his embraces of the beautiful and what he loves. I was disarmed when he signed off, "With love, Steve," and to my wife, Rusty, often accompanied by a photo of one of his extraordinary flowers, reflective in his loving embrace of the arts as a painter and a love of all that jazz, our mutual love in music. When he combined his love for that which is beautiful with his encyclopedic knowledge of most everything, it leaves me with some confidence of how the world can be a better place. As a psychiatrist, I know how hard it is to change personal beliefs. John succeeded to change himself for the better and continues to help those similarly in need for the better. In most of the major religions and indigenous cultures, it is believed that 70 years of age contributes to maturity, wisdom, and spiritual development. No doubt he will convey just that. Earlier this morning, John gave me a unique birthday gift. I appeared on his interview show. Not really work nor play. Conversely, for over an hour with him is a gift of challenge to be the best one can be. Continue your attack, John. H. Stephen MOFFIC, M.D.
Well, hello, Claire Headley here, tuning in on behalf of myself and my wonderful husband, Mark Headley, to say a happy birthday to the veritable Mr. John Atack. John, you are an amazing person. I consider you a walking encyclopedia of L. Ron Hubbard and Scientological history and knowledge. I mean, so many years that you've put into this topic and educating the world on the dangers of Scientology, helping people get out and recover. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all the work you have done and continue to do. Had someone asked me, 21 years ago, if what I'd think if I were told that I'd be making this video today, I would have told them they were completely nuts, not in a million years. But yet here we are. So never say never. I'm so glad our paths crossed. And for all the incredible work that you have done and continue to do, like I said. Have an amazing birthday and congratulations on 7-0. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey, John Atack, Jeffrey Augustine here. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday. I got you something very special for your birthday, and it's in my special case. This very special gift is the world's only copies of OT 9 and 10. I wanted you to be the first person to do them. Don't ask me where I got these, but these are the world's only copies of OT 9 and 10. And I'm going to send them to you overnight by UPS. And oh no, I accidentally shredded them. I got them confused with old legal filings. John, I'm sorry you can't have OT 9 and 10. They don't exist. But I meant well for your birthday. May you have many more. And you're a heck of a writer. Piece of Blue Sky is legendary. So anyway, have a happy birthday. Sorry about not getting a present. I'll send you something else, maybe a copy of the second dynamic. It's an original copy, though. Happy birthday.
I applaud the works of John Atack. Alex Soroka. Happy birthday, John. Chuck B.
Happy birthday, John. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for all the work that you do and for creating a great platform for people like myself to share information on what I think are some really important topics. Yeah, I really hope you have a good day and that there are many more good years ahead. Cheers.
Hey, this is just a quick message of birthday greeting. John, I hope you have a very happy birthday this year. And my video message to you is that you have been a great friend over the years and someone that I have always been able to rely on and fall back on. For you have helped me navigate some of the hardest times of this post-cult life, and I will always be grateful for that. Meeting up at Toronto all those years ago, changed the course of my life in a significant way. And if you hadn't organized that and we hadn't met and all of the things that have come from that, I don't know that I would be as far along in all of the work that I have done or personally in my own recovery from Scientology and cult nonsense, as well as, professionally. So I do want to put all that out there for you. Anyway, hope you have a great year. Many, many more good years to come. Talk to you soon.
Hello. Hi. I'm just here to talk to my friend John, who I will refer to in this video as 2, standing for Too Wise One. And he'll know what that means, and he will know that this is coming from 3. And the first thing I want to say is that a day without a friend is like a pot without a single drop of honey left inside. So that's how I feel about you, because you've been my friend for, wait for it, 33 years and 255 days. Because the first day we met was the 16th of September, 1991. So that was a long time ago, obviously. I can't believe you're 70. I'm proud of you for making it to 70, considering you had to watch your backside because of that S-word cult. And I just wanted to say how grateful I am, because without you, I don't know how I'd have put all those broken pieces back together. So I'm so glad that everyone has come forward now to say how much we appreciate you, especially for the cookie jar. And you know what was in the cookie jar that made the litigation really, really easy, because they didn't want to have any cookies. These are secret things I'm saying, which only 2 will know. So let me see. Is there anything else I want to say? I have approximately 15 seconds left. I won't use it all up. So happy birthday, and I hope you come and see us real soon. Bye for now. I love you. God bless.
Happy, happy birthday, John. I clearly remember getting your book. Chris and I were still in, though several feet were already out the door. Chris's partner, Jeff Levin, was still in at that time and remained in for many, many years after. We were at an event in Santa Barbara and bought and shared your book in our hotel rooms. I devoured it. For Chris and I, who had lived so much of what you wrote about, it was cathartic. It filled in some holes for me. I had spent a few years at Flag with access to the master files of all of his policies and flag orders. I would lose myself in them. I already knew so much from my time in the Guardian's office, but in those files I found the originals of such pieces of history, like the mission orders to break into the WFMH in England. And here is all that was researched and published. What a feat you performed! Your work was instrumental in my journey of release from that evil octopus. I will be forever grateful. And I have watched your journey to today as you have continued to speak and assist. I have been able to meet you at a few stops along the way. For that, I am also grateful. As you achieve this wonderful milestone in your life, I wish you health and many more birthday cakes. Love and blessings, Nancy Manny.
Hello. This is Anthony Spurgeon. I run a channel called The Dragons of Victory, where I discuss my experience growing up in a very cult-like, high-control, traditional Catholic sect. And when I started speaking out a couple years ago, one of the major factors that convinced me to do that was seeing all the unmistakable similarities between my experience, the group I was part of, and many other high control groups, cults out there. And Scientology is it's the wackiest. It's the craziest in many ways. It's the one that draws the most attention from people who study cults, and it also is one of the most well-structured cults. But they're far less well-structured and they're far less powerful thanks to the incredible work of John Atack. I've been on John's show twice. I'd love to come on again. If the word genius is meaningless, if John Atack is not a genius, his intellect is utterly mesmerizing. His analysis, how the endless supply of information at his fingertips, and you combine that with his kind, pure heart. I've hardly ever encountered such a kind, sweet, compassionate person who is equipped with a staggering intellect. And I would not want to be a Scientology or a Scientologist at any point, but especially one confronting John Atack's analysis and criticism of Scientologies. It was an honor to appear on John's show and speak with him. And happy birthday, John. We appreciate you so much. And one last little funny story here. The best compliment I ever received, hands down, on a YouTube comment was being compared to John Atack. And after my first conversation with him, somebody commented, referring to me, that they said if I had met John Atack a long time ago at this age, he would be a lot similar. Now, I'm not at all trying to compare myself with John. I don't believe comparison is the thief of joy. But to be compared with him, if you're going to be compared with anyone, it was an honor, and it was a privilege, and it's been the nicest YouTube comment I've ever gotten. So thank you so much for your invaluable work.
Happy birthday, John. I'm incredibly glad to be on the list of lucky people who have the joy of knowing you and calling you my friend. You may not have helped me escape a cult, but you have changed the way I think about things, and that is no small feat. I'll leave those who are more eloquent than me to wax lyrical about your phenomenal kindness, compassion, patience, and intelligence, but I will always cherish those qualities in you. Very few people I've met are genuinely inspiring, but you have inspired me and kept me going through some tough times. I wish the world had more John Atacks, but you are doing a fantastic job of being the only one. With all our love, M. and N.
Hi, John. Just want to say happy birthday. And I've met a lot of people in my life, like most of us, and very, very, very few. In fact, I don't know anybody who is more well-read, more logical, kind, reasonable, and informed. And so I'm so grateful that I have gotten to know you through Matt Bywater and Chris Shelton and others, and that you took time to work through different things with me. So happy birthday, my friend, my brother, and I wish you all the best and another 70 years. Thanks so much.
Happy 70th, John. Enjoy your well-deserved celebration and recognition, John. Here is to many more years and retirement at some point. Love, Jilly Jenkinson.
John, if that's who you really are, I hear you're having a birthday, so I want to wish you a happy birthday. And I had a quote, because I'm a quote queen, and you probably know that by now. It's from Le Petit Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. And I'll botch the French, but I'll do it in English as well. Voici mon secret, il est très simple. On ne voit bien qu'avec le cœur, l'essentiel est invisible pour les yeux. Which translates to, I will tell you my secret. It is very simple. It is only with the heart that one sees well. The essential is invisible to the eye. I think you are a man who sees with his heart, and I appreciate all your work and all your devotion, and that you know everything about everything. And if you don't know everything about everything, you're going to go and research and find out and write a book about it. So happy birthday to you. 70 years old. That's old. But anyway, one last thing. Remember, and always remember, jam yesterday and jam today, tomorrow, but never jam today, said the White Queen. Happy birthday, John.
Hi, John. Happy special birthday to you, 70 years young. We hope that you will enjoy your birthday and have a wonderful decade ahead with your wife Pamela and the rest of your family. We would like to say that we have always appreciated very much the fantastic contribution you have made to the field and how you have helped so many people. Your impact has been profound and long-lasting in so many ways. Linda's childhood friend was in Scientology for 40 years and read your book in secret, and this helped him to leave. We are also very grateful to you for your great support of the MSc Psychology of Coercive Control program at the University of Salford. The students really enjoyed your lectures. You were very generous in recording a video to help promote our program, and you also gave us the opportunity to talk about the course in your podcast. Your support means a great deal to us, as does your friendship. Happy birthday again, John, and many happy returns of the day. Love, Linda and Rod Dobro-Marshall.
May you have a pithy and soulful 70th, John Atack. It's so nice to know you. It was such an honor to get to do those videos with you, the podcast interviews. And it's an honor to be in this lineage. You came in to work on authoritarianism earlier than I did. I followed, as many do. That's the object of the game, is to get more people in this lineage thinking about it. There are those who preceded us, and there will be those who follow us. To me, you landed on the most important question in the world. How do you humbly humble humans who will say or do anything to avoid human humility? I think it's a bigger challenge than climate change, than nuclear war, which are symptoms of what happens when you get that degree of arrogance. Anyway, here's just a toast to you on your 70th, a toast to this lineage that we're part of, and a toast to that challenge, which I really do think is you landed on the most important challenge. I employ techniques I learned from you, and I teach them as well. So thank you, and happy birthday.
A short stint in Scientology was brought to an end after meeting John. John and I stayed very much in contact after I'd left the cult. Assuming I'd have managed to extract myself from Scientology without John's intervention, which is a big assumption, I don't know what that would have been like. Without this counterfactual, I'm left speculating. Looking back, leaving Scientology with John's support was never accompanied by strong feelings that I had been stupid to join, and for most of my life I've taken this fact for granted. The complex nature of Scientology poses monumental challenges to people seeking to support victims, but the fact that John's intervention resulted in me not only leaving the cult, but leaving with a level of preparedness which now seems remarkable, is something I see more clearly now than ever. Of course, despite the immense skill and compassion involved in extracting me from the cult, life after Scientology was difficult in many ways. John and I became friends during this time, a friendship which provided me with companionship, compassion, and guidance. John's influence on me during the years following Scientology provided a rich and fertile soil for the growth of the person I gradually became. My study of oil painting was a direct result of John's friendship. I've now been painting for 30 years, and it's something which gives me an emotional resilience which has been a vital antidote to life's tragedies and struggles. John guided me to read Joseph Campbell, Idris Shah, Erich Fromm, and many others. My intellectual growth during this time was breathtaking. This is yet another illustration of how John's love and friendship took a broken and profoundly confused 19-year-old and coaxed and nurtured them to grow into the confident, creative, and intellectually curious person I became. Who I am now is almost entirely a result of my friendship with John. The father I've become, navigating the tremendous difficulties of parenting a teenager who themselves is experiencing confusion and emotional distress, is entirely a result of my friendship with John. As I guide my son through emotional confusion and episodes of deeply troubling thoughts, I constantly reflect on how my ability to do this successfully is deeply informed by my experience of John's guidance and love. As I look back on how I somehow coped during the worst of my son's difficulties, and how I feel elated as I see him emerge from these experiences more self-aware and confident, I can see John's influence working through me. Love, Mark Cranmer.
Hi, John. I'm sorry my voice is still a bit rough, but I wanted to do this and get it off to Spike in good time. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to wish you a very happy 70th birthday. We're such good friends that you gave me a gift even before you met me by leaving Scientology on my birthday. And as we've said before, you and I have known each other for so long, we don't even know which year we met. After all these years, I feel like I know you reasonably well. And I've come to appreciate a great many things about you. There's your intellect, of course, your sense of humor, and your kindness, your wide range of skills and your talents, and your generosity, and your cookery, and your tenacity, and your commitment to justice, and your endless curiosity, and your endless creativity, and so much more. But the thing I especially celebrate today is how open you are to the world around us. In the more than 3 decades we've been friends, can you imagine? More than 3 decades. I've watched the way you work your other great qualities together through your openness to people and to ideas and to change and to growth, and your willingness to learn and understand and care about people. And I think your openness has helped you to avoid stagnating, and it's kept you fresh. And best of all, it's made you a great colleague and a great friend. Your company is always thoughtful and provocative. You're compassionate and loving and a whole lot of fun. And you're challenging and you're refreshing. And I'm grateful to call you my friend, and I'm happy to wish you a long and blessed life. Nohaelita, John. Many years.
Many thanks indeed to all contributors to this unique and meaningful birthday gift. And many more thanks to the inimitable Spike Robinson. Without her skills, her passion, and her willingness to find the time to pick up any gauntlet thrown down to her, this could not have been made.